Hey there, this is Dave for Bar Band Bamboozle. Glad you could join me again. I want to talk today about subbing for people in other bands. So, I'm a bass player and I have subbed for other bands quite a few times now. And this is all part of the Bar Band Bamboozle understanding of life because when you get involved in bar bands, there's a lot of things that you never would expect that you would do in life. And one of them is subbing for other people. It's already, as you know, or maybe as you don't know, difficult enough to get into a band, learn all kinds of songs, and then perform live with all kinds of equipment that could potentially fail. I know it sounds a bit nerve wracking. So just imagine how much more nerve wracking it could be to sub for someone in another band. But I want to tell you why you should sub for people in other bands. There are a lot of things that will be beneficial, a lot of things that you will enjoy, and it's just a great learning process. Now, in some cases where I have subbed for other bands, I have actually rehearsed with them, maybe one or two times, gone over the most difficult songs, and then gotten ready for the gig that way. But I would say probably in 75 to 85% of the situations, I've just practiced the songs on my own at home. If I had questions, I'd, message or email, the band leader and try to figure out, well, which version are you doing of the song? Are you doing the, 3 minute and 50-second version of Blue Monday, or are you doing the extended version? I need to at least know sort of the arrangement. But once that's all settled, it's like you're on your own, in the basement or your studio or work practice room, and you're doing the work of getting those songs down. Now, it's always nice if, at least 50 to 75% of the songs you've already played before, and the chances of that happening increases more and more as you've played more. But there's been some gigs where it's like I've had to learn at least 20, maybe 30 songs. It's a lot of work. But there you have it. One of the big benefits of subbing is that you're going to get the chance to learn more music, more tunes, establish your musicality, and really get familiar with a lot of standards that are out there. Of course, one of the other benefits is that, believe it or not, you're going to get yourself scared silly. You're going to go on stage. You may have met the band leader or the vocalist, but you probably haven't met all the band members, and now you have to sort of say hi, introduce yourself, and get familiar with the people while you're setting up. And this is really going to put you out of your comfort zone. So not only are you going to have to communicate with other people, you're going to have to get familiar with their styles. If you can't hear yourself through the monitor system, you're going to have to, nicely say, I can't hear myself. You're also going to have to potentially maybe say to someone, oh, do you mind if you turn that guitar amp down just a little bit, but do it in a way that, isn't going to get people pissed off at you. So just think of all the interpersonal skills that you're developing as you are doing a bar band scenario. It's pretty amazing. And of course, the first few songs that you're playing, there's bound to be a few mistakes. You're going to be maybe not quite in the zone yet. So that's really the make or break case for you in subbing for other people, is those first few songs. So you got to stick with it. You got to buckle in, buckle down, and get through it. But you will get through it, and then you will start to get into your comfort zone and kind of experience that sweet spot of gigging. Sure, it's a lot more comfortable to gig with the band that you're already in, with the people that you're already familiar with. However, putting yourself out there and sort of, pushing the envelope by getting involved with other people will reap a lot of benefits. You're going to feel how you work with other musicians. You're going to have to learn how to lock in with a different drummer. You'll have to really pay attention to cues, which means you can't be, like for me as a bassist, I can't be looking at my fretboard all the time and have my head down. I need to get my head up. That's only going to benefit me more because now I'm going to be paying more attention to what's going on around me. I'll have to get a sense too of whether or not the audience is getting into it. Are they, dancing in their seats? Are they starting to get ready to dance on the dance floor? All of that really speaks to, are you locking into a good groove? And if you feel like you're not, well, then you have some work to do. Yes, I highly encourage you to get out there and to practice with other people, to sub for other people. It's a great way of making a little extra money on the side too. But yeah, it's only going to increase your opportunities to play. And subbing for one band, if that goes well, that could lead to other scenarios where you're subbing for other projects. And maybe down the road, that actually gets you introduced to musicians that you really, really want to play with. And at the end of the day, that could lead to an opportunity that you would have completely missed otherwise. So yeah, it's scary. Yes, it could be outright, freakifying, but it's something that I highly recommend you do. And I think after the first time you sub for another project, you'll see already the improvements that you have in your musical skill and also in your confidence. All right, that's it for me. Would very much appreciate a subscribe. Would also appreciate to hear from you, your thoughts. So leave some comments and let me know what your experiences have been subbing for other bands. All right, take it easy and have a good one.